Welcome friends, my name is Silas, welcome to class. I'm excited to share with you a pose called Two-Legged Dog. I've been playing with it myself for a couple of weeks now, and I like it because it helps you to increase your control, body awareness and balance. Let's get right into it. We're going to get started seated at the back of the mat, either in a cross-legged or kneeling position, hero's pose, just something where your spine can be upright, and bringing your hands into your lap, on your legs, letting the crown of the head pull you up as your eyes begin to gently close down, letting the shoulders soften away from your ears. Beginning to become aware of the sounds around you as you begin to pull your awareness more inwards. Noticing the sensations of your body, sensations of your breath, quality of your mind. Fully letting your body arrive in space. And then let there be a particular focus on the movement of breath. Breath, this first movement that we pick up once we start a yoga practice, and that we want to pay attention to throughout the practice, establishing an even, steady rhythm of breath, even inhale through the nose, even exhale through the nose. Take one more full round of breath. Full exhale. And gently blink open your eyes and make your way forward into an all-fourth position. Knees are outer hip width distance apart. Hands are underneath the shoulders. We begin with a couple cat and cows. On the inhale, the belly drops, the heart moves forward, you look up. On the exhale, the belly button draws into the spine, down the back, and tuck the chin in. And you begin to move with the breath. Inhale to come forward, shoulder blades come together. Exhale, spread them apart, dome it. You continue to breathe as you begin to physically move as well. It's basically the action or movement of breath happens first. And then anything else we do, we begin to add on. You can stay with cat and cow or let the spine dance in all 6 directions, taking this into this snake dance quality. And just continuing to feel within the body. How do I feel this morning or whenever you practice? And body needs different things at different days. All right. And then come back to a neutral spine position. And press your weight into the left palm and into the right leg as you reach the right arm forward and the left leg back. Energize the leg and energize the right arm as you grow longer. And then just one time. Take one more breath in. Exhale, elbow, knee, come underneath you, dome the back like you're doing cat. Press knee and elbow into one another. Continue to breathe. And on your next inhale, reach the arm and leg in opposition, grow taller. Then bend through the left knee as you reach the right hand behind you. Catch the inside of the left foot. And then kick the left foot into your right hand. Lift the heart forward like you're doing cow pose. Press the floor away, continue to breathe. Gently letting the foot and the arm go, reach them apart. Exhale, bring elbow and knee together, press them into one another, and then release. Changing sides, pressing into the right palm, into the left knee as the right leg extends back and the left arm forward. Energize both of them. Take one more breath in. Exhale, elbow and knee come together, dome the back, spread the shoulder blades. Next inhale, reach them in opposition. Bend through the right knee, left hand reaches behind you, catch the inside of the right foot, kick the foot back into your hand. And then there's this drawing forward action of the heart. Take one more breath in. And exhale, release, reach arm and leg in opposition. Exhale, knee and elbow draw together underneath you, press them into one another, and then release. Good stuff. From here, begin to tuck the toes under, make your way into downward facing dog. Hips begin to float up high. Press the floor away. Take as much movement as you need this morning, or for me it's the morning. Doesn't really matter what time of the day you practice. As long as you practice at all. Quality of a yoga practice is the one of the morning though. It's like this fresh new beginning that you get after a practice. Alright. Next inhale, come high onto your tippy toes as you begin to tiptoe your way to the front of the mat. Take as many steps as you need. Let the feet arrive outer hip width distance apart. Knees can be generously bend as you grab opposite elbows. Come into rag dog, letting the spine hang off your hips. If your forward folds are tight ones, if you have tight hamstrings like I do, soft bend in the knees doesn't kill you. It's actually more beneficial for your lower back to keep the torso-leg connection than trying to keep your legs straight. In saying that, you're still keeping them active to stretch the back of the hamstrings. So while you're folding forward, there's this pressing down into the feet and lifting up of the kneecaps. And lifting the kneecaps up towards your hips. The quads are active and the legs move towards straight. Alright. Let go of your elbows, let everything hang. And begin to slowly roll up through the spine all the way up to stand. One vertebra at a time. You begin to stack yourself. Inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, recenter the hands at the heart. And taking this brief moment at the beginning of class to maybe set any intention. Intention to stay connected to your breath. Stay connected to the rhythm of your heartbeat, the sensations within your body. Setting an intention to stay present. Next inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale, flat back, forward fold, hands reconnect to the floor. Softly bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, lengthen halfway, hands can slide up the shins. Exhale, hands ground down, step the left foot back and come into a runner's lunge. Let the right knee arrive over the right ankle, come into fingertips. Energize the left leg as the heart pulls forward. And now begin to hover the torso right above the right thigh. So don't let the upper body just relax onto the leg. See if you can hover it. And then as you energize the left leg, reach your arms out towards the side. Spread the shoulder blades wide. And then reach your arms forward. The right thumb hooks to the left thumb. Reach the fingertips to the front. Pull the hands apart. Continue to energize the left leg as you grow taller. Keep the ears in line with your upper arms. Take one more breath in. Exhale, split the hands apart, bring them to the base of the spine and hook the thumbs once more. And as you pull the thumbs apart, feel the shoulder blades slide down. Crown of the head continues to pull forward. Left leg is energized. One more breath in. Exhale, release both hands down, step the right foot back, plank pose. Take one more breath in. The exhale, lower all the way down. You can always lower the knees down. Everything touches down at the same time. Inhale, cobra pose, untuck the toes, press into the tops of the feet as you peel the heart off. Exhale, lower back down. Let's do it a couple more times. Inhale, peel the heart off the floor, elbows hug in. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Then push back over hands and knees, slide the toes under, downward facing dog. And then from here, reach the right leg up towards the sky. Inhale, free like a dog. And exhale, pull the knee into the chest, step the foot in between your hands. And inhale, both feet step forward, halfway lift front of the mat. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale to rise all the way up to stand. And exhale, hands recenter at the heart. And we begin again, humble beginning. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hands ground down, right foot steps back. And then come back into your runner's lunge, left knee over the left ankle. Come into fingertips as the torso becomes lighter over the left leg. Then as you energize the right leg, arms reach out to the side, spread the shoulder blades. And reach the hands forward, hook the left thumb to the right. Just notice what is your default setup, and then do the opposite. We all have these little habits that we do. Continue to grow taller. And split the hands apart, bring them to the base of the spine, hook the thumbs once more, pull them apart, pull the shoulders down as the head grows taller. Keep the right leg energized, one more breath in. Exhale, hands come down, left foot steps back, plank pose, shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, lower all the way down. Everything touches down at the same time. Untuck the toes, cobra pose. And then this time straight to downward facing dog. Push back over hands and knees as you float the hips up. And then next, inhale, let the left leg rise up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot in between your hands. Inhale, both feet step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, seal it off, forward fold. Inhale to rise all the way up to stand. And exhale, hands recenter at the heart. And we begin again. Next inhale, arms float up. Exhale to fold. Take an inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, hands ground down, step it back, plank pose. Shoulders over your wrists, energize the legs. Press the floor away. And there's this wrapping back of your triceps, pulling forward of the heart. At the same time, keep spreading the shoulder blades wide. Be heavy through all 10 knuckles of your hands. One more breath in. And the exhale, come either halfway down chaturanga or all the way. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. And we move through this motion of Sun A 2 more times. And we do a rolling Sun A. So on the next inhale, roll forward through the spine into plank. Exhale to lower halfway or all the way, chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, shoulders pull back. Exhale, downward facing dog. straight into the last round. Inhale to roll forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift up. Keep the legs engaged. Exhale, downward facing dog. And as you hear, let the inner palms be heavy. Fingers spread wide. The tailbone lift up towards the ceiling as the thighs move back in space. And then this time we walk the hands back towards the feet. Take a halfway lift at the back of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold back over your legs. Inhale all the way up to rise. Exhale, hands recenter at the heart. And bring the big toes together to touch. On the next inhale, we come into Utkatasana, chair pose. Bend into the knees, arms reach up. Sit the booty down a little bit lower. One more breath in. Exhale, fold over your legs, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, hands ground down, walk it out, plank pose. Move through your vinyasa. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. We're going to do something called rhythmic sun bees. Going to move through them 2 or 3 times, but we're going to set them up a little bit different. So as you look back, bring the left foot, the left heel down and set the left foot up on a 45-degree angle. And then next inhale, pull the right knee into the chest, and then step the right foot forward, coming into your warrior one. The back foot is already set up, your heels are at least in line or a little bit apart. Then keep the right knee over the right ankle. Inhale, arms reach up. Keep the left side of your body reaching. Rolling forward, reach for the fingertips. And split the hands apart, bring them down. Step the right foot back, plank pose, left heel can lift off. And move through your vinyasa. You can skip them at any point and go straight to downward facing dog. And we go straight to the other side. So set the right foot up. The right heel comes down. The right foot is around 45 degrees, or right toes are pointing slightly forward. And pull the left knee into the chest. Step the left foot forward. Take your time to set the left ankle over the left, under the left knee. And then reach your arms up towards the sky. Right side of the body keeps wrapping forward. Arms reach up. Palms can touch, they don't have to. Keep pulling the belly button in. And then hands circle back down to the floor. Step the left foot back, plank pose. Your journey to down dog. Do that one more time. So left heel comes down. Right knee pulls into the chest. Step the foot forward. Then keep the left leg straight as you pull yourself all the way up, warrior one. Stay here for one breath. On the exhale, sink deeper into the right knee. And then hands come back down. Right foot back. Move through your flow. Down dog is where we meet. And we take it to the other side. Right heel down, left knee into the chest, step the foot forward. Arms reach up. And then exhale, split the hands apart. Bring them down, step it back. Your journey to down dog. And then once you arrive in down dog, we breathe. Here for about 2 to 3 breaths. Letting the breath illuminate the entire being, legs are active. You keep pressing the floor away with both hands. And then come high onto your tippy toes and walk the feet forward. Come into a halfway lift as you arrive. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands recenter at the heart. Utkatasana, inhale, arms reach up, bend into your knees. And then either stay as you are, lower the booty down a little bit more, or come onto the balls of the feet, lifting your heels up. And then how slowly can you bring your bum towards your heels? And then come all the way to sit onto the floor. Good stuff. Nirvasana. Knees together, ankles together, arms reach forward. Lift the base of the heart up. And you exhale, lower down, low boat. Arms reach towards your ankles, legs are energized. Then lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. Keep the legs active. Reach both hands to the outside of the left thigh, both shoulder blades lift off. Reach both arms over your head. Swap the legs, right leg reaches up. Both hands reach to the outside of the right thigh, lift the shoulder blades off. Reach arms over your head, swap sides, left leg up. Reach to the outside of the right thigh. Arms over your head, swap. Arms reach outside the right thigh, lift the shoulder blades off. Arms over your head, both legs straight. Hands reach towards your ankles. Nirvasana, come up. Keep holding it here. And then we want to come back to a Malasana squat, front of the mat. So you can either roll over your back to get some momentum or shift your weight forward. Malasana squat. All right. You at the front in a squat. Have a quick look at the screen. I want to quickly show you how the two-legged dog is going to look like and what the movement is we're going to go from there. So I want you to think of the warrior two leg in the back foot. So you set one leg up, so let's say the right, and then the left leg reaches up towards the ceiling. So you're in a three-legged dog with the back foot in a warrior one. And then you come into the fingertips of the right hand, maybe the arm reaches back. Two-legged dog. So you continue to press the floor way strong through that one arm, through the one foot. And then from here we're going to bring the left knee in and bring it out into fallen triangle. And then we go from here. All right, let's come back to the Malasana squat. To stay here longer is also always good. Call it squat talk. It's like if you have a conversation with someone, maybe you come down into the squat next time. All right, let's keep moving. Take one more breath in. Exhale, straighten your legs, forward fold, bring the toes, the feet closer together. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands ground back, ground down, step the feet back. Your journey to downward facing dog, so you can move through vinyasa. If they become too much at any point, you can always leave them out. And come into downward facing dog. Pressing the floor away. So now we start with the right foot, setting the right heel down, setting the right foot up for a warrior one, and then reaching the left leg up towards the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Similar cross-body connection as we did earlier, and becoming lighter on the right fingertips, maybe one finger, maybe the right hand reaches towards the right hip. Continue to breathe, press out of the left palm. And then pull the left knee into the chest, slide it across, fallen triangle. Reaching the right arm up, lifting the hips up. Inhale, reach the right arm forward. Exhale, right hand down. Bring the right knee into the chest, pivot on the right foot, full wild thing. Left toe strip behind the right leg as the left arm reaches up and over. Then bring the gaze down towards your right thumb. Bring the left knee towards the left armpit. Step the left foot forward. Low lunge, right knee lowers down, arms reach up. Good stuff. Then hook the thumbs here once more. Keeping the left knee over the left ankle as you reach for the fingertips. Take one more breath in. Exhaling over towards the left. Continue to pull the belly button in as you reach through the right fingertips. Continue to breathe. Next inhale, come back to center. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down to the ground, half split. Pull the hips back in space, straighten the left leg. If you have blocks available to you, I always recommend you use them. I'm just on a yoga holiday, and at the hostel where I'm filming this, they don't have blocks. Alright, continue to flex the left toes back. And then we re-bend the right knee, ground down through the right palm, inhale, left arm reaches up and over behind you. Either reach back or bend through the right knee, go for the thigh stretch, catching the right foot. Lifting the heart up. And slowly let go of the right foot. Both hands come back down. Come back to the half split in your legs. So straighten the left leg and then bring your upper body all the way up. And then you can either stay with hands on your hips or interlace the fingers behind your head. Elbows go wide. And then I want you to flex the left toes back towards your heart. Left leg is active. Lift up through the heart as you begin to reach the right elbow towards the left big toes. So you lean forward and gentle twist as you come back up. Do that 2 more times. The right elbow towards left big toe. With control, keeping your balance. Come back up. Last one. And come back up. And bring the hands towards your hips. Flex the left toes back even more. And then pull the left heel towards your hips. Hands can help you balance. As you see, we can float the left heel off the ground. Lift it up. Just balancing on the right knee. Then bending through the left leg. Both knees come together. Anahatasana, bring the hands down. Walk them forward. Let the heart melt down to the ground. So Anahatasana is, a lot of people kind of mistaken this pose for a child's pose. But it's not quite. You keep your hips over your knees and then you walk the hands away from your hips. Breathing into the heart. Forehead can come down, even the throat if it's accessible to you. And then we walk the hands back and we set up for dolphin pose. So bring the forearms parallel onto the mat. Then tuck the toes under. Tippy toe your way into dolphin, knees lift off, hips go up high. It's like a downward facing dog on your forearms. No idea why this is called dolphin. It doesn't look like a dolphin at all. And we're doing just plain old dolphin here. Lifting out of your forearms, keeping the legs engaged. It's like the thighs move back in space. They want to help you lift your body weight out of your arms. Maybe you lift high into the tippy toes, trying to bring your hips over your shoulders and elbows. Continue to press the floor away. And then begin to tippy toe your way into a forearm plank, bringing the hips down in line with your shoulders. Keep pressing the floor away. Stay with it. Keep the core engaged. One more breath. And then exhale, lower the hips down, swings pose. Good stuff. Alright, from here, bring the left forearm in on a 45-degree angle, bend through the right knee, then reach the right hand behind you, catch the inside of the right foot. And then begin to pull the right heel towards the right outer hip, and you can either stay by just pulling it in, or you begin to spin your fingertips forward, elbow lifts up towards the ceiling. So it's like a chaturanga in your right arm. And once you got that, lift out of the left forearm and begin to square the shoulders back up towards the front. So the right side of the body is wrapping forward. And then let go. Swap sides. Right forearm 45 degrees, bend through the left knee as you reach the left hand behind you. Pull the heel in, either stay here or begin to turn the fingertips towards the front of the mat, elbow lifts up. And then begin to wrap the left side of your body forward, lift out of the right forearm. And then slowly let go. Forearm. Come onto your forearm, swings pose. It's the second class I'm filming this morning, and I'm in Bali right now, and I feel like life's waking up around me. So there's a construction site next door. I hope it's not too loud. It's like life goes on even though we do this yoga practice. Alright, lower yourself all the way down onto the ground. And then bring your forehead onto the floor as you begin to reach the hands forward and hook the thumbs. And then I'm just keeping my forehead off so you can still hear me talking into the mic. Then pull your thumbs apart and grow longer through your fingertips. At the same time, energize your legs and reach through the big toe. So you're looking for length. And then keeping the ears in line with your upper arms as you begin to lift the hands and the heart off the floor. Keep pressing into the tops of the feet. Continue to grow taller, keeping the neck long. And then maybe lifting the legs off as well. Squeeze everything. Continue to lift as you split the hands apart. Bring the hands behind your back. Hook the thumbs behind you. And then as you pull the thumbs apart, see if you can track the shoulders back. Keep the neck long. So there's no crunching forward. Keep the gaze down. One more breath in. Reaching through the big toes. And then let it go. Good stuff. Bring the hands underneath your elbows. Push back over hands and knees. Tuck the toes under. And come into Malasana squat at the back of the mat. And then we're rolling over the balls of the feet to sit down onto the bum. There we go. Bring the hands behind you. If you're off your mat, don't panic. Put so much comfort on that rectangular shape that once we get off, we sometimes freak out. So you're in this all-fourth position. Feet are hip-width distance apart, hands behind you. And then float the hips off the ground just an inch. So a warrior, a two-legged dog, is a cross-body connection. We've done it right at the start, but we're doing something called a crab walk, and it will help you to kind of feel that cross-body connection. So I want you to press into the right foot and into the left hand, and then lift the left foot and the right hand off the ground, and step them slightly forward. Place them back down onto the ground, and shift your weight into the left foot, right hand. Float the right foot, the left hand off, step them forward. Place them back down, shift your weight. Left foot, right hand, lift off. Place them back down. Keep the core engaged. You're kind of slowly starting to walk your way back to the front of the mat. It's always a cross-body connection. Right hand, left foot down. Right foot, left hand off. Then they come down and you swap over till you all the way at the front of the mat. And then we come back into a Malasana squat. Good stuff. Alright, let's put this into the two-legged dog and see if it had an effect. Straighten your legs, forward fold. Tippy toe the feet together, take a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands ground down, step it back, plank pose. You journey back to down dog. If you want to move for a flow or simply lift the hips up, notice what you need. Notice what you need at different stages of the practice. And then we take this to the other side, bringing the left heel down, 45-degree angle on that left foot as the right leg reaches up. And then press the floor away, left foot, right hand stay on the ground as you become lighter in the left fingertips. Maybe reach the left hand back behind you. Continue to press away. And then with control, the right knee comes into the chest. Into shift your weight forward, fall in triangle. Right foot slides outside the left side of your mat as the left arm reaches up. Lifting the hips up, then circle the left arm forward and down, wild thing. Right knee pulls into the chest, pivot on the left foot as the right toe stripped behind, the right arm reaches forward. And bring your gaze down, right knee pulls towards the right armpit, then step it to the front of the mat, low lunge, left knee lowers down, arms stretch up. And hook the thumbs once more. Notice what is your default setup, do it the other way. And then lift out of your hips, pull the belly button in, grow taller. Exhale, lean towards the right, side bend. Continue to breathe. And then come back up towards center, hands come down, half split. Peel the hips back in space, straighten the right leg. Continue to flex the right toes as you surrender your torso over the right leg. Notice if the movement of breath is still happening. Gently in and out through the nose, even, steady rhythm. Rebend the right knee, left palm grounds down, inhale, right arm reaches up and over behind you. Either stay here or bend through the left knee, catching the left foot. Going for the thigh stretch. Lifting the heart up, pulling the belly button in. Staying in control of your breath. Staying in control of your actions. And then slowly let go of the left foot. Both hands come back down and straighten the right leg, coming back to the half split in the legs, and then bring your body all the way up. So hands either on the hips or interlace the hands behind your head, elbows wide. 3 times. Left elbow reaches for the right big toes. And pull yourself back up. Keep flexing the right toes back, the right leg is active. That makes it a little bit easier to keep your balance. Tight as light. Last one, left elbow reaches across towards the right big toe. And come back up. Hands can come down by the hips or anywhere to help you balance as you pull the right foot back, begin to float the right heel off the ground. And then bending through the right knee, both knees together at the back of the mat, Anahatasana round 2. Knees stay underneath your hips as you walk forward, melting the heart down towards the floor. And then letting the breath do the work for you. Breathe into your heart. So Anahata means heart. So Anahatasana kind of gives away what the area is you want to focus on here. Breathing into the space in between your shoulder blades. Maybe for 2 more rounds of breath. And then begin to slide yourself forward, setting up for dolphin pose round 2. Tucking the toes under, walking the feet in. You can decide if you want to stay with plain old dolphin. If you have a pincher in your practice and you want to go upside down, it's the time of the practice for you to play with it. You're just here once, so whatever your favorite leg is to lift up, maybe you try the other one, bringing your gaze forward and then making your way all the way up. In dolphin pose, continue to press the floor away. Here for another 3, 2, if you're upside down, maybe come back down. And 1, walk the feet back, forearm plank. Keep lifting away from the floor, keep the core engaged, 1 more breath. And on the exhale, release the hips down, swings pose. Press into the tops of the feet, pull the heart forward. And you can decide if you want to stay on your forearms or come into seal pose, lifting the elbows off. Continue to lift the heart up, glutes are engaged to keep the lower back safe. And then lower the elbows back down. Bring the elbows out wide as you come all the way onto the ground. And then reach the hands behind you, interlace the fingers at the base of the spine. Keep the forehead on the ground for now. And then just peel or try to reach with your knuckles towards your heels. And feel the shoulder heads lift off. And then from here we lift the heart off the floor. The head will come up on its own, but the neck stays long. Legs are active. Then begin to energize your legs as you float the feet off the floor. Shalambhasana, either stay here or begin to curl your heels towards your glutes. And then maybe catch both ankles at the same time. Flex the feet like you're standing against the ceiling. And then press the thighs into the floor as you kick your feet back. Coming into full bow pose. Lifting the heart off the floor, neck is long. Kicking the feet back into the hands. Taking 1 more breath in. And exhale, release. Good stuff. Maybe the hands make a little cushion for your forehead. Windshield out the legs, left to right. Construction site next door decided to do their demolition work. It just shows that we can maintain focus even though when things around us begin to break, we still have some sort of control. Windshield out the legs, just a couple more times left to right. This is inner space that we have ultimate control over. The storm around us can rattle the building, but we don't let the shit get into that inner landscape. Or we're very mindful of what comes in there. Alright, straighten the legs, slide the hands underneath your elbows, push into the hands, come all the way up to plank. Downward facing dog, lift the hips up high. Good stuff. Alright, and from here we're gonna come back to this 2-legged dog play, what we're gonna add on. So we begin on the right side again, right foot comes down, 45-degree angle, warrior 2 foot in the right, as the left leg reaches up towards the sky. And you can either stay here or begin to come into fingertips of the right hand, reaching the right hand behind you. And then either stay here or begin to bend through the left foot, catching the inside of the left foot, and then kick the foot back into your hand. Continue to press out of the left hand. And then bring the left knee into the chest. Grab the outside of the left foot with your right hand. We come into its fallen triangle, so you can either slide the left foot out to the side of the mat or grab the outside of the foot. Maybe even floating triangle. reaching the right arm up. And then we're coming to wild thing, right hand down to the ground, pivot on the right foot, left toe strip behind, left arm reaches forward. Bring your gaze down, left knee into the chest, step the left foot forward, and then walk the fingertips around, come into a wide-legged forward fold towards the right side of your mat. Good stuff. Take an inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold over your legs, walk the hands in between your feet. Keeping your heels slightly wider apart than your big toes. And then there's this hugging in of your heels towards one another. So it's like you want to ripple the mat as you pull the heels towards each other. Teacher of mine says, imagine you have a string in between your heels and you want to loosen the string. So you push the heels towards one another and that activates your legs. Feeling that pulling up through the legs as you fold deeper forward. Maybe the hands look a little bit further behind you. Let the head be relaxed. Walk the hands back forward, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands to your hips. And then inhale, you come all the way up to stand. Bring the hands behind your back and then interlace the fingers. Pull the knuckles down. Turn the right toes out a little bit. Take one more breath in. Exhale, Skandasana towards the right, bend the right knee. You can stay up high for this one, but keep the interlace of the hands. Then pivot your way to the front of the mat. Shift your weight into the left foot. We're coming into warrior 3 with the hands interlaced behind the back. Right leg begins to float off, reach forward. There's this opposition of energies. The knuckles pull back, the heart pulls forward. You can always let go of the hands if that balancing becomes too much. Then with control, stepping the right foot back. Coming into crescent lunge, hands release behind the back, lifting the heart up. Take one more breath in. Exhale, hands ground down. 3-legged dog, left leg lifts up towards the sky. And then walk the hands back towards your feet, coming into a standing split. Bring the right hand behind the right calf. Lifting the left leg up. You can either stay here if you feel like you want to play a little bit with handstand. You can bring the hands down in front of you. And then shifting your weight into the hands, stepping the right foot off the floor. You can always stay in the standing split. Just playing a little bit if you go upside down. And then we all meet by bringing both feet down, forward fold, back of the mat. Grab the big toes of your peace fingers. Take an inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold over your legs, elbows pull out wide, letting the crown of the head pull down. Once again, the legs don't have to be straight. I personally prefer them bent. And then there's a difference between a movement and an action. So a movement is like, for example, step your foot forward. An action is something that continues to happen even though the movement has stopped. So as you're in this forward fold, even though the movement has stopped, that action of trying to straighten your legs continues to happen. You continue to pull on your big toes, the crown of the head searches for the floor. So the actions keep the pose active. And the breath is also an action, so that action of breath continues to happen. And then slowly release. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands ground down, walk the hands back out, plank pose. Your journey to downward facing dog, so either flow or straight to down dog. And we take it to the other side, bringing the left heel down, reaching the right leg up. And then we play with coming into fingertips on the left hand, maybe reaching the left hand behind. That warrior one back foot just gives you more stability. Then either stay here, play with that, or bend your right knee, catching the right inner foot with your left hand. Once you catch the foot, kick the foot back into your hand, press the floor away, and then let go of the foot, bring the right knee into the chest. Maybe you catch the outside of the right foot with the left hand. Pull in triangle, floating triangle, maybe catching the outside of the left foot with the outside of the right foot with the left hand. And then wild thing, left hand down, right toe strip behind the left leg, reach the right arm forward. And then right knee pulls towards the armpit as you step the right foot towards the front of the mat. Walk the fingertips around towards the left side of the mat, wide-legged forward fold. Take an inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold over your legs. Then this side is for you. You can decide if you want to stay with walking the hands back behind you. Maybe you grab your ankles with your hands folding forward. Maybe the big toes. If you have a press to handstand or a tripod in your practice, that's a moment or opportunity for you to go upside down. If not, simply stay where you are. Sometimes also if you have an inversion practice but you don't feel like it, it's very advanced yoga to notice when you don't need something fancy to make your practice feel complete. If you're upside down, slowly come back down. So you can bring the same amount of control into the process of coming down as you had in the process of going up. And take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. And then interlace the hands behind your back once more. Pull the shoulders down. Turn the left toes out. Skandasana towards the back of the mat. And then pivot on the right heel as you come forward, setting up for warrior three. Shifting your weight into the right foot. Left leg begins to float off. Keeping the interlace of the hands. Pulling the heart forward, the shoulders back. Take one more full round of breath. Stay for the exhale. And then with control, stepping the left foot back, crescent lunge, pull the knuckles down, lift the heart up. One more breath. Exhale, hands release, bring them down to the floor, three-legged dog, right leg reaches up. And then walk the hands to the back of the mat, either coming into standing split with the left hand behind the left calf, maybe both hands, or with a little bit of our handstand upside down play, hands down in front of you, and you pop. Every little pop, you just want to increase your air time. If you're in a half split, continue to, if you can lift that right leg a little bit higher. And then both feet come down. Heel toe the feet out wide, Malasana squat. Good stuff. This time we bring the elbows to the inner thighs. Bring the hands towards the heart and then lifting the heart up towards the ceiling. Also here, the movement has stopped, but there's still actions happening. So that lifting up of the crown of the head, the sternum, pulling down of the shoulders, heavy tailbone. And then we lower the hips all the way down to the ground. Doing the crab walk one more time. Kind of reinforcing that cross-body connection. Maybe this time the fingers pointing away from you. Hover the hips. And then left foot, right hand lift off. Step it forward. Keep the core engaged so that you try not to move too much with the upper body side to side. Then right foot, left hand step forward. Left foot, right hand step forward. We want to come all the way to the front of the mat. So depending on how big you make these steps, you're gonna get there quicker or slower. And then we're gonna sit down at the front of the mat, bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide. And then fold over your legs, maybe take an inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. And letting the neck soften, arms can reach forward. Depending on how open your inner groins are, you can have the feet closer to your hips or further away. And you're opening them up like a book. And then let your awareness drift into the action of breath once more. Feel the breath come in, feel the breath fill up every cell of your being. Breathing into the back of the heart, feeling that expansion over the backside. Softening the muscles of your personality, the muscles of your face. Letting yourself fully surrender over your legs. Noticing that calmness within, even though there might be so much distraction around you, depending where you practice. If you live in a city, you might hear the traffic outside, you might hear the noise of the construction in the background. Can we maintain that inner calmness despite of the turbulences around us, navigating our way? It's not that we try to ignore them, and we try to live in that bliss of ignorance. No, we acknowledge them, we know that they're there. We hear them, we take them into consideration. And then we try to make the best out of these things. Alright. Here for 2 more rounds of breath. That's all you can do. Try your best. Try your best to be calm. Trying your best to acknowledge everything that is happening. And slowly bring yourself back up. Bring the knees together. Reach the arms forward. And the exhale, lower yourself all the way down to the ground. See if you can go a little bit slower. There's this moment where the core wants to give up. So you can go a little bit slower. Once the back comes down, hug the knees into the chest. Maybe a little circles with the knees, one way and then the other way. Feeling how it feels to bring the back on the floor. And then we're gonna bring the feet back down to the floor. Heels are right behind your bum. We're gonna come into figure 4. So bringing the left ankle over the right knee, flexing the left toes as you reach the left hand through the triangle in front of you, holding either onto the right shin or behind the right calf and then pulling the legs towards you. I like to keep both of my feet, both of my ankles flexed, keeping the knees safe. Shoulders pull down to the ground, neck is relaxed. In this cool down phase or end of the practice, let your awareness drift into a state of observation of everything that is going on. Sounds around you, sensations within you, the sensation of the air or sun on your skin, the depth and easeful rhythm of your breath. Maybe the breath feels more alive, feels more like you after a practice. And keep the legs as they are, and as you release the hands, let the legs drop over towards your right, keeping the ankle over the knee, and the left arm's reaching out towards the side, so it's a twist but with left hip opener, so the left foot simply lands on the ground. It's the same setup as in figure 4. You can use the right hand to press the left knee away from you. If you feel like you want to take a more traditional twist, feel free to do you now. These cool downs, it's really about listening. What do I need to finish off my practice? And then on the next inhale, bring yourself back towards center. Just going to swap sides. Left foot comes down, right ankle over left knee. Reach the hands forward, either grab hold of the right shin or the right thigh behind the left knee. Keeping both toes flexed. Keeping the shoulders on the ground if possible, neck is relaxed. Deep listening. Every exhale you begin to go deeper and deeper into an experience that we call present moment. The playing field of life. Present moment is the battlefield of life, maybe is a better description. Constantly things happening that will piss us off, that make us go to war with ourselves, with the things around us. And as we go to war, we try to go to war humble and kind. Slowly letting go of the left leg as you let the legs come over towards your left, same setup. Maybe you can even hold on to the right foot as you place the right foot on the ground, and then pressing the right knee away from you with the left hand. Life is like a battlefield, yeah. We're the warriors, standing up for what we think is right. And what is right doesn't always feel good. Sometimes we have to do things that challenge us. We have to remain in uncomfortable situations. It's just like, a calm sea has never made a good sailor. In the same way, an easy life has never made a strong person. So if these storms are coming up in our battlefield, we become a skilled sailor by learning how to deal with these turbulences, these ups and downs. And coming back to the center, hug both knees into the chest, give yourself a big squeeze. And opening yourself up into Shavasana, letting legs travel down the mat. Coming into your final pose, opening the arms out a little bit wider. Letting the hips be heavy. And the arms be heavy. Letting the legs be heavy. I'm going to mute the video from here on now. So if you hear the noise of the video stop, don't panic. I just want to mute all the background noises. You will hear them come back on in a couple of minutes. Just enjoy the absolute stillness and observation of your own being. And I'll let you know when your time is up. sounds around you be the vehicle to bring yourself back into your body by wiggling fingers and toes. You need to extend your breath. Whenever you feel ready, extend the movement into ankles, wrists, elbows, reaching your arms over your head. Keep just waking up. No matter what time of the day you practice, let this be a new humble beginning. Bending one knee at a time and rolling over to one side. Finding your way back up into a seat. You can either sit cross-legged on your shins, the way you started. Closing down through your eyes, gathering the hands at the center of the heart. And bowing your head to your heart, in honor and gratitude for yourself. Showing up, making the time, spending the effort. Also bowing down to everyone else that this practice of yoga connects. Honoring every soul. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me. I hope to see you guys soon on the mat, somewhere, sometime, hopefully soon. Namaste.